Hello, my name is Cherilyn Caryl from St. Aloysius School. This video is for English final speaking test, and in this video I will show you the process of assembling a PC. Computer is an electronic device that manipulates information or data. It has the ability to store, retrieve, and process data. We can use the computer to type documents, send email, Zoom, play games, browse the web, and so on. Most people choose to use a laptop because it is practical, portable, and we can charge it, so we don't need electricity every time we use it. But the durability and performance of a laptop is not as good as a PC. Moreover, the price is much more expensive than a PC. But if we use a PC, we can feel the performance better and faster, and we will find it easier to upgrade our computer components too. We can buy a PC at a cheaper price if we can assemble it ourselves. We just need to buy the components. Most people think that assembling a PC is difficult, but it's actually very easy. Therefore, in this video, I will show you how to assemble a PC. Processor, motherboard, memory, storage, video graphic adapter, processor fan, thermal paste, PC case, power supply, screw, and for the tool I only need a screwdriver. Okay, the first step. Insert processor onto motherboard. Processor is the brain of the computer. You must put it carefully and precisely. Most processors have a triangle located on the corner. It's going to match the triangle located on the motherboard socket. Second, attach the motherboard CPU fan on the processor. But before that, we have to apply thermal paste. It is important to help transfer the heat from the processor to the fan. Without it, the processor will overheat and potentially get damaged. Most fans have thermal paste already pre-applied to the fan, but because the fan I use has already been used before, so I'm gonna have to add some before installing the processor. Once the cooler is sitting on top of the processor, we must tighten it. And don't forget to plug the fan cable to the motherboard so that the fan works. Okay, next. Insert memory into motherboard. The memory slots are adjacent to the CPU socket. Fitting your memory modules is one of the easiest because part to install when assembling a computer. 4. Insert a storage media on the motherboard. There is two kinds of storage media, SSD SATA and SSD NVMe. For this computer, I will use SSD M2 NVMe. Next, we will put the motherboard into the casing. But before that, we have to install the power supply to the PC case first. Okay, after the power supply is installed, then we attach the motherboard to the casing. We need 6 screws to attach the motherboard to the casing, and make sure it is tight so that the motherboard doesn't come off. Now we are going to plug in the cables from the power supply. Let's start with the big cable 24-pin. It's pretty obvious where this one's plugged in. It's the only big socket on the motherboard, often located on the right side. Next, we are ready to connect the EPS cable, so grab the cable that is labeled CPU and plug this into the 8-pin socket on the top left of your motherboard. Make sure the clip sits over the lip to avoid any issues with the system. Next, plug in the cables from the case. This one is for the USB 3 ports in the front of the case. Plugs into the USB 3 header. It is labeled JUSB 3 on the motherboard. The next cable we are plugging in is labeled audio. This is to connect the phone audio and mic jack connectors from your case to your motherboard so that they can be used. This cable plugs into the audio header on your motherboard, usually on the bottom left corner. This one is for additional USB ports on your case. Plugs it into the USB header. Make sure the pins match with the holes on the cable. The last cables we are plugging in from the case are these tiny pins. There are power LED plus and minus, power SW, HDD LED, and reset SW. These cables plug into the JFP1 header on the bottom of your motherboard. This header have a total of 9 pins. Next, we are ready to install the video graphic adapter. Make sure you are installing the VGA on the highest PCI slot on your motherboard for the best performance. Plug it with screws so the VGA won't come off. Then we are ready to plug in the VGA cables. Grab the cables labeled PCIe and plug it into the VGA. And then all done! All the components are connected and ready to go. Now let's close the case and test the piece. So that's it for today's video. Hope you like it. Thank you for watching.